Sometimes, it's not your body that wears down, it's your soul. And it doesn't happen loudly. It happens quietly, little by little, like a soft voice in the background you hardly notice. Then one day, you look around and realize something important has been slipping away. Not your age, not your health, but your hope, your belief that more is still possible. You didn't choose to give up. It happened slowly, through boring, repeated days and that sneaky voice in your head saying, your best days are over, that this part of your life is just the ending, that all the beauty is behind you. And the saddest part, you started to believe it. You started measuring yourself by shadows of the past, comparing your energy to memories, saying things like, I used to be sharper, I used to move faster, I used to dream bigger. But underneath every one of those thoughts is a quieter message that who you are today is somehow less, that you are, in some way, expired. That thought is not only false, it is poisonous, because the mind, like a fertile field, will grow whatever seed you plant in it. Repeat an idea long enough, and the soil accepts it as truth. So when you say you're too old, when you say it's too late, you're not just expressing a feeling, you're making a decision, a declaration, a sentence. You think time is stealing from you, but it's not time that closes doors. It's you. Each time you choose silence over risk, each time you label resignation as maturity, you wear your doubt like armor and wonder why you don't feel free. Most people don't grow old. They grow tired, tired of trying, tired of failing, tired of wanting. And so, quietly, they stop. Not with a bang, but with a subtle withdrawal from the world. They turn down the volume on their desires until all that's left is routine wrapped in a soft blanket of excuses. The tragedy is not aging. The tragedy is obeying the script that says aging means decline. Your mind is a machine. It does not care about the calendar. It listens to commands. If you tell it you are finished, it responds, as you wish. If you tell it your best years are gone, it won't argue. It will build a life that proves you right. You see the same day over and over and call it life. But some people, a rare few, awaken. They look at the ruins of who they were told to be and ask a dangerous question. What if it's a lie? What if the ending is something I choose? These people don't have better luck or perfect genes or powerful connections. They have something scarier. They have decided not to surrender. They've seen enough illusions to know what's real. They've suffered enough to understand what matters, and they are done apologizing for still being alive inside. You carry a library of scars, a vault of lessons, a history written in pain and persistence, and you treat it like a weight. Why? Why do you mistake experience for limitation? Every scar you carry is a compass, not a curse. You want proof? Look around. Stories of rebirth are everywhere. A man fired at 48, convinced his worth expired with his job title. He stares into a mirror, hollow, muttering the same thought over and over. I'm too old. And the thought becomes a posture. Shoulders slouch, eyes dull, voice fades. Until one day he asks, what if I'm wrong? Not a motivational poster, not a divine intervention, just that one rebellious idea that maybe he's been lied to, by others, by himself, by years of repetition. And that rebellion births a new self. He speaks differently, walks differently, offers not just skills, but wisdom. He stops fixing leaks. He starts preventing them. He becomes not a tradesman, but a protector of peace. He names his value, not from ego, but from clarity. And the world, like a mirror, responds. You want to wait until you feel ready. But readiness is a myth. The mind never opens the door willingly. It prefers safety to growth, fear to flight. But the moment you act despite that, something ancient awakens. The part of you that was never young or old. The part of you untouched by years. The soul. And the soul is timeless. The problem is not age. The problem is story, the one you keep telling yourself, the one that plays in the background like static. It's too late. I missed my chance. That was for another version of me. But what if the version of you that the world needs is this one? Not the younger you, not the version without scars, but the one who's bled and lost and still stands. You keep waiting for someone to validate your rebirth, to tell you it's okay to begin again, but no one is coming. The permission slip you need has been in your hands the whole time. The world doesn't owe you anything, but you owe yourself everything. You owe yourself the risk, the try, the pain of failure in pursuit of something real. Because if you don't, you'll live in quiet defeat, performing stability while your soul screams behind your eyes. That aching feeling you carry, that sense that you were made for more, it isn't delusion, it's memory. A memory of who you were before the world told you to be reasonable. The mind is not your enemy, it's your echo. It reflects what you allow, what you tolerate, what you consume. So when you sit with people who have quit dreaming, when you listen to conversations about how, at our age, we should settle down, your subconscious takes notes. It stops asking questions. It follows the script. That's how you end up living someone else's life, breathing someone else's limits. The environment is your subconscious made physical. If you live surrounded by resignation, you will become it. Not because you're weak, but because the mind is porous. It absorbs what surrounds it. Every sigh, every eye roll, every "it is what it is." They sink into you until your thoughts aren't yours anymore. So you must protect your mind like a sacred temple. Guard it with fire. Choose what enters. Choose what stays. Choose what shapes you. This isn't selfishness. It's survival. You think you can carry dead weight and still climb the mountain? You can't. You think you can stay in rooms that suffocate you and still breathe freely? You can't. Every conversation you tolerate that drips with limitation, it rewrites you. Every person you stay close to out of guilt, while they shrink your dreams, they anchor you to the ground. You keep waiting to feel strong enough to cut ties, but strength doesn't come first. Decision does. And there is one more enemy you carry like perfume, your own language. The way you talk about your life, your goals, your body, your dreams. Language is not just expression, it's architecture. It shapes reality. Say something is difficult, and your nervous system prepares for struggle. Say, "I don't know how," and your body slows, waiting for instruction. Your words teach your brain how to behave. So change the script. Start talking like someone who remembers their power, not with arrogance, but with truth. Speak as if you're already the person you're becoming, and you will become them, not all at once, not with applause, but in silence, in the 1,000 small choices no one sees, in the hours you rewrite your thoughts, in the days you rise, even when nothing inside you wants to. You think rebirth looks like fire and music and grand entrances. It doesn't. It looks like repetition. It looks like boredom. It looks like doing the same hard thing every day until something inside you shifts and says, "Yes, this is who I am now." And then one morning, without warning, you wake up and you don't recognize yourself, not because you've lost who you were, but because you finally met who you're meant to be.